Today we're going to be doing a mat series with some weights and a few exercises. We're going to start off with some standing arm work. You can use 3 pounds. I have 2-pound weight balls that I'm going to be using for the arm work in the beginning. 5 pounds. I wouldn't go any heavier than 5 pounds. It gets to be a little heavy on the shoulders. They can round in a little bit. We're looking to place our shoulder blades flat down our back, leaving our ribs coming together strongly as if we were in a corset, and lifting up and in through our abdominals without tucking or tilting our pelvis. Sometimes when the weight gets too heavy, we start incorporating other muscles. That causes us to round in various places. So we're going to need the weights and also a stretchy band or a yoga band, a long piece of material to help us help our stretching. We can put around the arch of our foot and continue on from there. So, to begin in this series, I'm going to be standing in a Pilates V. I'm going to stand up here for a moment to show you. My heels are going to be together, my toes are going to be apart. I'm going to be zipping up through my legs, squeezing my inner thighs, knees, and heels. I'm not going to be tucking or tilting my pelvis. I'm going to be leaving my pelvis in a neutral position, drawing up and in through my abdominals, drawing my belly button back towards my spine, bringing my ribs together, not letting them flare or arching my back during this exercise. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades flat down my back, leave my collarbones wide, my sternum a little softer, and my neck long and loose. To begin, I'm going to have soft elbows in Pilates V. I'm going to take my hands and place basically my index fingers and my thumbs coming in towards each other. If I had weights, the ends of my weights would be coming in together. So, I'm going to begin by dropping my shoulders down my back, engaging my lats, and pulling my weights up to the bottom of my sternum where my 12th rib meets, or for ladies, to your bra strap. I'm going to press my weights back down with control to the starting position. If you go for straight arms, you're going to round over like this. So leave your shoulders backing down, a slight bend in your elbows. Inhale up. Exhale to press down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Here's 4. See if you can tweeze your seat a little bit. This feels very light to begin with. You're going to wish it felt this light a little later, probably. Try not to crank your wrists or bend them. One of the reasons I prefer the balls for these exercises, but also I just like the way they feel in my hands. Here's 9 and 10. Now we're going to add a slight bend in our knees with this exercise. It's called a zip up or a plie for those who have done ballet. We're going to bend our knees, tracking our knee over our big toe, bringing our weights up to where our sternum and 12th rib meet or our bra strap, and as we straighten our legs, squeezing them together, we're going to release the balls or our weights back down to the starting position. Plie, raise, straighten, release. Should be one fluid motion. We're looking for our knee bend and our elbow bend to come together at the same time. And when we straighten everything, we're looking for it all to come together at the same time as well. So same time we bend, and same time as we straighten. Same time to bend for both your elbows and your knees. So bend together, straighten together. 2 more, bend together, straighten together. Make sure that your ribs aren't flaring, and straighten together. From there, we are going to go into a chest expansion position like we would do typically on the reformer. We're going to face our palms to the back, draw our shoulders up, back, and down, draw abdominals up and in. Make sure we're not flaring our ribs. We're going to pull our arms behind us, using our triceps, squeezing our shoulder blades together, leaving our neck long and loose. Release your arms back down by your side. Pull back. After you watch me do the exercise once or twice, bring your neck back to a neutral position so that you're not cranking your neck. Just stare at the screen, squeezing our legs together still. Pull back. stabilizing you. Let's do one more because I lost count. And here's 10. And release. From there, we're going to flip our palms to face forward. We're going to raise our arms up. Instead of raising them up to our shoulders, we're going to raise them right below our shoulders. We're not going to hyperextend our arms. We're going to have a slight bend in our elbows. We're not going to bring our weights together because we don't want to round in on our shoulders. But from here, we're going to bicep curl, bringing our weights to our shoulders without flaring our ribs, and bringing our arms back out in front of our body. And bend. If you have 5 pound weights here, this is where you'll start to feel it. Abdominals up and in, squeezing our legs together. 6, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more, shoulder blades down your back, abdominals up and in. Leaving your arms straight up in front of you, bring them to a T, leave the arms in your periphery, so slightly in front, bend at the elbows, tap your shoulders, and release. Try to engage your lats in this position. That would be underneath your arms and down the sides of your ribs. Here's 4 and 5. Bring your ribs together, make sure they're not flaring. 8. Here's 9 and 10. From here, flip your palms down, bring them in front of you again, and pull them back to your underarms. Not up to here, to your underarms. Pull back. Don't flare your ribs. Squeeze your blades slightly and release front. And pull, squeeze your blades. Release. Don't squeeze them up like this. Squeeze them down. Squeeze down, pulling your shoulders down your back. When you do that, go pull back, squeezing with your the underside of your arms. Here's 7. And release. 8. Release. 9. And 10. Leaving your arms out front. Pull just your right arm and bring it back. Pull your left arm. Bring it back. Right. Release. Left. Release. Right. Release. Left. Squeezing underneath the arm on the elbow that's bending. Try to take the tension out of your neck. Shake your neck a little bit. Draw your abdominals up and in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Tweeze your seat without tucking your pelvis. 2 more on each side. And 10. 10. From there, we're going to bring our palms to face each other. Bring our elbows out to the side with a slight bend. We're going to inhale, tap, exhale, pull our arms apart. Inhale, we're going to tap our arms in front of where our sternum and our 12th rib meet or our bra strap. Exhale apart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Pause here, inhale. Now exhale, bring your arms together to tap them and inhale to release. And exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze your blades slightly when you bring your arms out. Don't draw your own arms behind your body. 9 and 10. With control, bring your arms down to your side. We're going to bring our arms up in front of our body, up in front of our ears. Leaving our ribs together, we're going to float our arms, palms facing up to the ceiling, down to our sides with control. Bring our arms forward, up in front of our ears. Don't lose control of your body. Letting your ribs flare, letting your belly drop, losing the squeeze on your inner thighs and glutes. One more in this direction. And lift. Drawing your abdominal up and in strongly when your arms go up. Don't let your shoulders reach towards your ears when you lift your arms up. Reverse. Arms sweep out to the sides, up in front of your ears. And release down without rounding your shoulders in on each other. Engaging your lats, underneath your arms, down your ribs, drawing your ribs together strongly, using the wrap around the muscle around your ribs. Don't let your shoulders round forward. Leave a slight bend in your elbows. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Go ahead and release your weights. We are not going to be picking those back up till the end of class, so go ahead and shake it out. Good job, guys. Come down on your mat, sitting, legs squeezed together, ankles, knees, and toes. Elbows wide, hands holding on behind your knees, shoulders up, back, and down. Shake out your neck real fast to relieve any tension that might, release any tension that might have crept into your neck during using the weights. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Release your sacrum down to the mat. Come to lying down. Let's go ahead and check in. We should have a heavy sacrum. That means our tailbone, our two hip bones are on the mat. Slight lift in our lower back. All of our ribs are on. Our shoulders are flat and wide down the back. Wide open clavicle, long neck. Arms down by your side. We're going to go straight into the hundreds, roll up, and then into single leg circles. We're going to bring one knee into tabletop, the other knee into tabletop. Today, we are going to be working in hundreds from our diamond position. We're going to extend our legs, not to fully extended, not to tabletop, in between, squeezing our heels together strongly to engage our inner thighs, tweeze our seat, drop our belly button to our seat, and begin pumping from there. Arms up to the ceiling. If you have neck problems, please feel free to leave your head down on the mat for this exercise. Lift, extend to the diamond shape. We're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Inhale. Let's go ahead and check in with our body again. Are we still dropping our belly button down to our spine? Curl up should be occurring over our sternum to support our neck rather than cranking our neck up to support our neck using our neck muscles. Our neck should be loose. We should have space under our chin, between our chest, enough space for a piece of fruit, an apple, an orange, or an egg. You don't want to crunch everything and break your egg. You don't want to go back so far you release it. You want to keep your head in line with your spine as you continue pumping. One more. Stop there. Curl up a little deeper and hold it. Begin to bring your head and your feet down to the mat at the same time. From there, we're going to be doing a modified roll-up for 4, and then for those of you who would like to continue, we'll go into full roll-up. We're going to circle our arms to the side. When your arms reach the teeth, begin to nod your chin to your chest. Bend your knees. Grab behind your knees to help you roll up in the C-shaped curve. Exhale to fold over your feet. Inhale to roll back. Bend your knees. Tucking your pelvis. Releasing back down to the mat. You can release your legs straight if you like, or leave them bent. Squeeze your legs together no matter what. Inhale your arms to the side. Nod your chin to your chest. Exhale to fold over your feet. Inhale to pull back in a C-shaped curve. And exhale down to the mat. This time, if you'd like to move on, just use the sides of your knees, just tap them to assist you to get up, to close the circuit, so to speak. We're going to inhale, arms to the side, nod your chin to your chest. Tap the sides of your knees. See if you don't, you can not reach behind your knees to help pull you up. Inhale back. Tap the sides of your knees as you come down. And exhale all the way down. Inhale your arms wide. Nod your chin to your chest. Tap your knees. If this is not working for you to tap your knees, please feel free to continue utilizing the first modification. Come down. Now for full roll up, extend your legs long. For those of you who'd like to use any of the modifications, you may. We're going to inhale, nodding our head, neck, and shoulders without using momentum. Exhale to fold over our feet. Inhale to pull back in our C-shaped curve. And exhale back to the ground. Inhale, nodding our chin to our chest. Exhale to fold over our feet. 2 more. Inhale, no momentum. Shoulders down your back. Exhale to fold over your feet. Inhale to pull back. Drawing your sacrum and mat first. Stand as tall as you can, even though you're rounding down to the mat. And exhale down. 1 more. Folding over your legs. Inhale down to the mat. And exhale down. Bring your arms down to your side. I'm going to adjust my position on the mat. I'm going to extend my right leg to the ceiling. I'm going to bend my leg that's on the mat. I'm going to bend or hook my top leg. I don't have my legs bent in a 90-90 position. It's more of a diamond or a hook position. I'm going to be working turned out, so I'm going to turn out both of my feet. If you are working in parallel, please parallel both of your legs. I'm going to inhale my leg across my body and exhale it back up to the top. Since I have my leg hooked, the load on my core or the weight of my leg on my core is considerably less. I can attempt to tap into my deep abdominal muscles a little bit more strongly, maybe bring my ribs together a little bit more tightly. Here's 4. We're going to go to 5. Here's 5. We're going to stop at the top. We're going to reverse. Let's make sure that our sacrum is flat, that our pelvis is not rocking up and down or side to side. If that's the case, let's make our circle a little smaller. As we decrease the load, it's good for people with low back problems, tight hamstrings. It's also good to check in with your form. 1 more. We're going to go ahead and switch them simultaneously. So with a slight hook in my leg, both legs, I'm going to scissor my right leg and my left leg, so my left leg is to the ceiling. I'm going to inhale my leg across the body and exhale it up to the top. Inhale across, exhale across, up. Inhale. Let's check in with our shoulders. Create nice, wide, flat shoulders with a soft sternum. Let's do 1 more. Our ribs coming together. And we're maintaining the curve in our low back. Reverse. Inhale the leg away from the midline or the body and exhale it across the midline or to the opposite side. Inhale and exhale. Drop your belly to the spine or your belly button to the spine. 2 more. Final 1. From there, we're going to bring both knees to tabletop. Grab behind the knees, nod our chin to our chest, rolling up, letting the load of our legs pull us up to sitting. We are moving into rolling like a ball, series of 5. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop to the front of my mat. I'm going to bring my feet together in the center with my knees separated, hopefully no more than shoulder width apart. I'm going to grab on somewhere above my ankle or below my patella and hover my feet off the ground. I'm going to be drawing my abdominals into my spine, looking in at my belly button so that my back makes a C-shaped curve. I'm not cranking my neck down or leaving my neck up, staring at the ceiling. So I have a uniform curve in my spine. We're going to do a few contractions to begin. So, with my feet covered, holding onto the front of my shins, I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale. Dropping my belly button to my spine, drawing my ribs to my hips, squeezing in on my legs, trying to engage my lats. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Contract everything again, but make sure that your neck is still loose this time. 1 more. For those of you with osteoporosis, osteopenia, or neck issues, please continue on with the contraction exercise. For those of you who would like to move on, we're going to roll like a ball. I'm going to inhale, squeeze through my glutes, knock off my center balance, exhale to roll forward. I'm not rolling past the tips of my shoulder blades. I'm staring at my belly the whole time. For those of you who are having difficulty with this movement, feel free to squeeze your heels together strongly, bring your legs to tabletop, and continue rolling like a ball from there. Looking at your belly button the whole time, so you don't flat tire on the movement. If you feel comfortable in this position, go ahead and begin to drop your feet down towards the mat, but still hovering them. And then when you're ready, you can come in to rolling like a ball. Woo! If you can make it back up again. I'm going to go ahead and scoot to the center of my mat. I'm going to hold on to my left ankle with my left hand, my left knee with my right hand. I'm going to extend my right leg to working level. I'm going to articulate my spine down to the mat. I'm already ready for the single leg pull in, series of 5. For those of you who aren't comfortable with doing this, you may roll down to the mat, bring your knees to tabletop, extend your right leg, hold on to your left ankle with your left hand, and your left knee with your right hand. We're going to inhale, exhale. Now we're going to inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale. Try not to drop the curve in your low back to the mat. Here's 4. 5. Shake out your neck. If you're feeling tension in your neck, go ahead and place your head, neck, and shoulders on the mat to continue with the exercise. You can still continue to engage your abs and not release your neutral spine. Bring your knees into your chest or into tabletop. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders for a moment. Inhale. Exhale to curl up. Again, those of you with neck problems, please keep your head, neck, and shoulders on the mat. We're going to inhale. Our fingertips with energy to the back wall behind us. Our toes with energy to the wall in front of us. Don't bring your arms behind your ears, you'll lose your curl up. Exhale your arms for T, and then draw everything in. Inhale. Exhale, dropping your belly to your spine, and bring it in. Inhale, energy. Don't sink in your low back, imprinting your spine to the mat. Shake out your neck. 5. Don't round your shoulders when you reach back. 2 more. Final one. Make sure your sacrum's heavy. Press your head, neck, and shoulders. Shake out your neck. Bring your feet up to the ceiling. Arms up to the ceiling. Inhale to prayer. Exhale to curl up. Extend your left leg away from your body. Leave your right leg where it is. Hold on to your right leg wherever you can grab it and give it a little tug. Inhale, switch. Exhale, tug. Inhale. Exhale. Don't rock up to grab your leg. Grab your leg wherever it comes to you. If your leg comes to here, grab it here, wherever you can reach in your curl up. We are maintaining our curl up while moving our legs, working on our abdominals, and getting a bonus stretch by shooting energy out of our toes. 2 more on each side. 8. Bring your knees into tabletop. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders down. It's my favorite exercise out of the entire series of 5. We're going to be doing this, the double leg lower lift to the diamond shape again, just like we did our 100s. Our heels are going to squeeze together tightly. We're going to have the slight bend in our knees, not tabletop and not fully extended. And we are going to be squeezing our glutes and our inner thighs together strongly. By squeezing our heels together, it will help facilitate the squeezing inner thighs. Hands behind your head, thumbs long down your neck. Don't flare your ribs. Inhale, exhale to curl up. We're going to drop our legs 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Stop there. Exhale, and now lift your legs. Before you lift your legs, you're going to exhale, And then use your abdominals to lift your legs. So drop, 2, 3, exhale. So your belly drop, and then lift. While your head rests in your hands, think of pressing your head into your hands, even as your hands press into your head. It's going to help assist you in maintaining the space between your chin and your chest, where your produce is hanging out right now, so that you're not crunching your spine, and that you're maintaining an even curve of your spine in your curl. Final one. Bring your knees into your chest. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders down. One more exercise in this series of 5. The elbow to knee. Instead of rotating and lifting our hip or crunching our elbow in to get it to our knee, what we're going to think of doing is reaching our underarm up towards our knee and not losing our curl up in between, but maintaining the curl up the entire time with a slight twist to either side. So, pushing your head in your hands, we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale to curl up, leaving our elbows in our periphery. Extend your right leg to tabletop. Rotate across your ribs above your belly button. Bring your elbow to your left knee. Inhale through the center, and exhale, bringing your right underarm to your right knee. Inhale, exhale, belly button to spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Here's 4. Your sacrum should stay stable. The rotation happens from above the belly button. Bring your ribs across to the other side. 7. And 8. One more to the right. Come back through center. Hold on your knees. Now release your head, neck, and your shoulders. Bring your knees into your chest. Rocking from side to side. We're going to hold on behind our knees, legs and tabletop. Another chin to our chest. Exhale to curl up. Letting the load of our legs carry us up. We're going to press back. We're going to be moving into spine stretch, saw and sideline legs. We are going to separate our legs hip distance apart or a little bit wider. We're going to sit straight up on our sits bones. Move aside anything that you need to so you can really get your sits bones into the mat. We're going to extend our legs straight out in front of us. We're going to extend our arms out in front of us, leaving them at the same level of where our 12th rib meets our sternum, or ladies bra strap, so we don't creep up into our shoulders too much. Drawing our ribs in, drawing our abdominals up and in. We're going to just nod our chin to our chest. Doing a curl up while sitting up. We're going to exhale over our legs. Inhale back to the curl up position. And exhale back up to sitting, articulating up. Nod our chin to our chest, curling down, drawing our belly button to our spine. Exhale over legs. Inhale, pulling back. And exhale to sit up straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, curl up. Exhale over your legs. Inhale back to curl up. Exhale up to sitting. Making sure our ribs are down, our abdominals are up and in. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Draw your shoulders up, back and down. 2 more. Make sure you're not leaning back like I just did. Sit straight up. Inhale. Exhale. Folding over your legs. Inhale. Make sure you take advantage of that nice hamstring stretch on this final spine stretch. Inhale, nod your chin to your chest. Exhale over your legs. Inhale back. And exhale up to sitting. From there, we're going to move it into saw. Same leg position. Leave your ribs in, your abdominals up and in. Bring your arms out to a T, but in your periphery. Palms facing the ground. I'm going to inhale. Rotating to the left. I'm not going to swing my arm back behind me. I'm going to leave it in the same position. I'm going to move across my ribs from the belly button up like I did for elbow to knee. I'm going to exhale to dive down. Trying to keep my shoulders a little bit more square to my foot. Sit back up. Through the center and dive. Up. Through the center and dive. Try to saw your pinky toe off with your baby toe off with your pinky blade edge. Come back up to sitting and then untwist. Twist to the other side and dive. Back up to sitting, through the center, and dive. And up, through the center, and dive. Let's do one more to each side. Dive. Belly to spine to sit up. Rotate to the other side, and dive. And back to center. From there, I'm going to shake my legs together, releasing them out a little bit. I'm just going to rotate onto my left hip. I'm going to come and just sideline legs. I'm going to lay down on my side. I'm going to make sure I have a lift on my lower side, lifting my body up as if I'm standing. I don't typically stand like this. I'm going to stand as if I'm standing straight up. Bringing my ribs together, drawing them down. Drawing my abdominals up and in. Arm can be straight. Arm can be in a little pillow position. I'm going to rock forward slightly to get off my lower back. Place a little bit more weight in my hands. I'm going to take my feet, bring them slightly in front of me, pike, so that I can protect my low back again. I'm going to lift my leg up to hip height. Also, I don't want to be rocking back and forth in these exercises. I want to create a stable box in my body. Box my body from my shoulders to my hips. I'm going to point my foot to swing it forward and exhale to pull it back. So to do that hip replacement, go ahead and pull it past the midline for a slight psoas stretch. Point it forward and flex to pull it back. We're not just swinging our leg. We're moving it with control. We're bringing our leg forward with our abdominals. And we are pulling our leg back as if we're moving it through mud. Here's 5. We have a more lengthy sideline leg routine today. So that's exciting. And then we're going to be moving on to some other fun stretches. And we'll be finishing up class a little bit after that. And here is 10. Stack your legs on top of each other. You're still hovering your top foot up to hip height. Using your inner thigh, squeeze your top leg, your bottom leg, and shoot energy out of your heel to release your leg back up to hip height. Squeeze and shoot energy out of your heel. Squeeze, release. Drag your abdominals up and in, your ribs down, making sure you didn't lose that space in your low back. Make sure that you're not twisted out right here. You're still rocking forward, slightly under your thigh meat. Here's 9, and here's 10. Leaving your foot up at hip height without sinking into your side in the mat. We're going to use your inner thighs to squeeze your bottom leg to our top and release. And inner thighs. Here's 3. Make sure you didn't roll back to begin this movement. 5. Still shooting energy out of our heel on the top leg. Here's 9. And here is 10. From there, we're going to go ahead and turn our feet out to a Pilates feet with a slight point in the foot, not necessarily in the toes, but definitely in the foot. We're going to have our foot extended to a pointed position without sinking and without rolling back onto our low back. We're going to bring our foot up to the ceiling with a pointed foot and squeeze our inner thighs with a flex foot to bring our leg back down, kissing our heels. Point and flex. Here's 3. Abdominals up and in. Bringing our ribs together as if we're wearing a corset. Here's 6. And 7. Squeezing your turn-up muscles. Your femur should be rotated in your hip socket. 9. Pretty sure I must count there somewhere. And 10. From there, we're going to do a slight point in our foot, bring it up to hip height. Without tucking, which I just did, we're going to do 10 small circles the size of a grapefruit in one direction and 10 small circles the size of a grapefruit in the other. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The circle should come from the glute. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to leading with our heel. So keep your foot turned out the time. We're going to tap the front of our mat with our heel, lift it up, bring it to the back, and tap the back. And reach. You might not be able to tap the mat. The intention should be there, and you should not lose the lift between your side and the mat. 4. We're only going to 5. So one more. Roll back on your thigh meat. Stand there, lift your foot to hip height. Bring your foot around to the back and sweep it through. Here's 2. And sweep. Squeezing your glutes and turnout muscles. Lifting up out of the mat. Drawing your abdominals up and in. And now we're going to reverse. Sweep our leg to the back and rainbow up, leading with the heel. Sweep and lead. Make sure you're not rocked back on your low back. If you have sciatica issues and you have rock back, you could feel it tomorrow. We don't want that. Here's 5. We're going to roll onto our stomachs. My top leg was my right leg, so I'm going to reach back with my right hand, grab for the top of my right foot or my right heel, draw my heel towards my right glute, and press my right hip strongly into the mat to increase my stretch. I'm going to stay here for a couple breaths. From there, I'm going to bring myself up onto my hip. I'm going to swing my legs around to the other side so I come lying on my hip. Just a fun little way to transition the exercise to the other side. I'm going to come lying down on my side. I'm going to have my arm out straight, or I'm going to curl it in like a pillow. I'm going to be lifted up out of my side. I'm going to roll forward slightly. I'm going to put weight into my front hand. Pike your feet slightly to create some additional stability. Flexing my feet, pulling my toes back towards my knees. I'm going to draw my abdominals up and in and bring my ribs together and down as if I'm wearing a corset. Check on your space in between your side of the mat. If you can't get a hand under there, not a big deal. I've had people say, I can't get my hand under there. You should just feel a lift. The lift is what we're going for. We're going to lift our knee up to hip height. We're going to point, kick our foot forward, and flex to pull it back with control, bringing it past the midline, not rocking our hips back, getting a slight psoas stretch. Point it forward and flex to pull it back. Don't allow your ribs to flare here, and don't rock your hips. 5. Squeeze your glutes as you pull past the midline. 6. 7. Abdominals up and in on the exhale. Abdominals up and in the whole time, but make sure you're really pulling them up and in on the exhale. Here's 9. And last one. 10. Bring your foot to hover at hip height above your foot on the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Shoot energy out of your heels to lift it up to hip height. You may check on your hip stability here. Take your hand off. Make sure you're not wiggling your hips. Squeeze and energy. Squeeze, release back up. Squeeze, release. Abdominals up and in. Ribs down. Lifting up out of the mat. And 10. Leaving your foot up to hip height. Using your inner thighs. Squeeze and release. Don't lose the space or the energy. Lifting your side up from the mat. Dumbbells up and in. Lean forward slightly in your thigh meat. Putting more weight in your hand. Protect your low back. 9 and 10. Bring your feet down to the mat. Extend your feet so there's a slight point. Rotate your femurs in the hip sockets, tweezing your seat, using your hip muscles, using your glutes. Squeeze everything together. Heels together, toes apart. Lean forward slightly. We point our foot up to the center. Point your foot. Make sure you don't lose the space and flex to lower. and point. Flex, squeezing your inner thighs. Point and flex. Here's 4, 5, 6. See how deep you can connect with your lower abdominals. Here's 9. Don't lose that lift in your side. And 10. Point your foot. Lift up to hip height. Working from the glute. We're going to do 10 circles in each direction, the size of a grapefruit. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, we're going to bring the foot forward, leading with the heel, foot turned out the whole time. We're going to tap our heel to the front of the mat, bring it around to the back. Reach our heel for the back edge of the mat, and lift and tap. Don't sink into the mat. With your side, 3. How much of this can come from your turn-up muscle, as well as your abdominal? Here's 5. Bring it back through. Lift it up to hip height. Bring it back. And sweep it through. 2. And lift your side and your leg. Here's 4. Lean forward more into your hand. And 5. And sweep it through. Now reverse. Sweep back. Here's 5. Sweep back. Turning out the whole time. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. And 1. Go ahead and roll onto your stomach. Make your right hand a pillow for your forehead. Reach back with your left hand for your left foot or ankle. Pull your left heel into your left glute. Press your left hip into the mat. Go ahead and stay here. Take a couple of deep breaths. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and do swimming before we move into our belly and hip stretches. So, extending your legs behind you, squeezing everything together with your inner thighs, tweezing your seat, drawing your belly button up and in with your lower abdominals to protect your low back, shoulders long down your back, ribs together, arms extended in front of you, but shoulders not up by your ears. We are going to inhale, exhale, lift our right arm and our left leg without moving our body, and release. Inhale, exhale, lift our left arm, right leg without moving anything or shifting anything in our body, and release. Inhale, exhale, come into a slight back extension, lifting your right arm, left leg, still looking down at the mat, and release everything. Inhale, exhale, lift your left arm, right leg, don't shift anything in your body, come into a slight back extension, staring down the mat and release. Inhale, exhale, slight back extension, hover everything up off the mat, so drawing your belly down to your spine, bringing your ribs together, one inhale, begin swimming very slowly, or small, and exhale. Inhale, your body should be rocking, your arms and legs should be moving independently of your body. As you feel more control over the movement, you make the movement a little bigger, but still control it. Once your body starts rocking, it's very hard to get it back to stable. One more, make sure that you're not cranking your neck up. Stop right there. Extend, shooting energy out of your fingers and toes without shrugging your shoulders to your ears. And release. Go ahead and press back to child's pose. Go ahead and take your right arm, thread it under your left arm. Look out under your left arm. Don't allow your abdominals to drop out between your legs. Still keep them lifted. Come back through the center. Take your left arm, thread it under your right arm. Go ahead and look out under your right arm towards your left hand. Again, don't let your abdominals sink. Go ahead and leave them up and in. Hold up, belly button drawing to your spine. Come back to the center. From there, we're going to press ourselves up to sitting. Articulate our spine up. Wasn't much of an articulation, so I was trying to flip my hair around. Not the right thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab my band. I'm going to come onto my back. Elbows wide. Articulate my spine down. If you have tight hamstrings, tight low back, please leave your leg on the mat bent slightly, but please try to leave your leg that you are stretching as straight as you possibly can to receive the full benefits of the stretch. I'm going to place my band around the arch of my foot. I'm going to hold on to either side of the band. I'm going to pull my knee more to under my arm rather than to my nose. I'm going to take a couple breaths here. If you are flexible enough to where you don't need the band, please don't feel like you need to use it or have to. I'm going to take both straps in my left hand, reaching my hand out so the top of my hand is facing my nose. Pull my leg across the midline, pulling it up towards my ear. I'm going to extend my right arm to the T. I'm going to look over at it. I'm going to rock my right hip up off the mat, but leave my ribs on. I'm going to bring everything back up to center. I'm going to grab both straps with my right hand so that my palm is facing me now. I'm going to pull it out to my ear. I'm going to pull my foot up towards my ear. If I can maintain this position with no problem and no rocking in my sacrum or hips, I'm going to extend my leg out to the side a little bit more. When my hips start to rock, I need to bring my foot back up and just pull it in towards my ear a little bit more with a straight leg to increase my stretch. I'm going to bring my foot back up to center, release the strap from my foot, bend my left knee, take my right leg, bend at the knee, place my right leg across my bent left knee above the ankle so I don't signal my foot. If this is enough of a hip flexor stretch for you, that's wonderful. If you'd like to move on, take your right hand and thread it through your bent right knee, in between the right knee and the left knee, grabbing behind the left knee. Take your left hand, hold around the outside of the left thigh, grabbing behind the right knee, and hold here. If you have no problem maintaining a neutral spine here, and you'd like to deepen the stretch, go ahead and reach to the front of your knee. If you can maintain this on a neutral spine, please stay here. If you have difficulty maintaining your neutral spine in this position, go ahead and just try to pull a little bit deeper with your hands behind the knee. We are working on maintaining a neutral spine in this workout, and that is why we are trying to do this stretch in the neutral spine position. Go ahead and release the stretch. Extend your right leg to the mat. Take your left foot. Put the band around the arch of your left foot. Hands on either side of the band. Go ahead and pull your knee to your underarm. Adjust your hands where you need to on the band. Straight leg. Trapping your belly button to your spine. Not flaring your ribs. No tension in your neck. Take both straps in your left hand and place your left hand so the top of your left hand is facing your nose. Pull across your midline towards the right side. Lift your left hip if you would like, but leave your left side ribs on. Extend your left arm to a T and look over at your hand. Take a couple breaths here. Bring everything back up to the center. Take your left hand, reach for both straps with the palm facing your nose. Bring your foot out to the side and pull it up towards your ear. If you have no problem maintaining your stability in your pelvis and sacrum, not rocking your hips, go ahead and extend your leg out to the side. When you start to rock, bring it back up and pull it back up towards your ear to increase your stretch from there. Bring everything back up to the center. Release the strap from your foot. Bend your right knee on the mat. Bending your right knee, bringing above your ankle, across your right knee. Take your left hand and thread it through between your bent left knee and your right knee Take your right hand, bring it around the outside of your right thigh. If you have no problem maintaining the stretch, go ahead and place your hands on the front of your knee, but maintaining a neutral spine. Again, if you cannot do this and maintain a neutral spine, it's preferable, in my opinion, for you to go back to grabbing behind your knee and pulling a little bit more firmly with the neutral spine, since we are working so hard on maintaining a neutral spine during this routine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and release. We're going to do a few push-ups with our weights, and then we are going to do some tricep presses, cat-cow, and then we're going to finish off with some side bends today. So, we're going to begin in standing on our mat. Once I stand on the mat, you won't be able to see top of my head anymore until I articulate down. So, I'm going to begin with my weights by my side. My feet are in Pilates feet. I'm going to begin to articulate, nodding my chin to my chest, resisting the weights as they pull me down, drawing my belly button up towards my spine. I'm going to leave loose knees. I'm not going to lock it out. I'm going to come in a forward fold with my weights in front of my toes. So, feet in Pilates feet, hands down by the side, ribs together, abdominals up and in. Inhale. Exhale, nudge your chin to your chest. Resisting the pull of your weights down to your toes. From there, we're going to walk out with our weights. 1, 2, 3, 4, to a plank position. From there, we're going to drop our knees. We're going to do 6 tricep presses. We're not going to sink down on our hips. We're going to leave our hips lifted, our abdominals up and in. We're going to bend our elbows to our ribs and up and bend. Shoulders down our backs. And if you feel like your shoulders are coming down your backs, lean forward slightly over your weights. Don't eat it with your nose in the mat, but go ahead and lean forward slightly with your nose over the weights, drawing your shoulders down your back. We're going to do 2 more. Abdominals up and in. 1 and 2. We're going to lift our knees. We're going to pike at our hips. We're going to walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, we're now going to lock out our knees, shake out our necks. Inhale. Exhale, drawing our belly button up to our spine. Articulating that vertebra to vertebra until we come back up to standing. Go ahead and shake out your shoulders. We're going to come down into a quadruped position. For my friends with wrist issues, when you're in a quadruped position, this position will help you. We're going to use our weights. So, we're going to hold on to our weights without breaking our wrists. We're going to leave them straight. I'm going to lift my left hand up, bringing my weight to my left shoulder, squeezing my bicep into my ribs. I'm going to kick it back 1 and bend. Try not to distribute the weight through your knees unevenly. You should have equal weight on both knees. 7, drawing your abdominals to your spine. 8, and now release your hand back down. Draw your right hand and weight to your shoulder while leaving your bicep into your ribs, leaving your other wrist down underneath your shoulder. We're going to extend. Try not to distribute your weight unevenly. Drawing your belly button to your spine, squeezing your tricep. 7 and 8. For those of you with wrist issues, if you'd like to do cat-cow in this position, you're welcome to. I'm going to release my weights. I'm going to put my hands under my shoulders. I'm going to spiral the inside of my elbow towards the front of my mat to draw my shoulder blades back and down. Bring my ribs in, draw my belly button up and in. Tuck my tailbone and look in at my belly button. From there, I'm going to articulate my spine down, lifting my head, but not cranking my neck. Leaving it in line with my spine like we've been working on this whole time. Leaving the insides of my elbows spiraled out to the front of my mat, so I'm drawing my shoulder blades down my mat. Tuck my tailbone, look at my belly button. Come into a releasing my stomach or my ribs. One more. Up and in, as if someone punched you in the stomach. And one more. And come back to center. From there, I'm going to come sitting in crisscross applesauce. I'm going to release my arms to my side. I'm going to sweep my left hand up to in front of my ear, reach across, reach up with my right hand, and pull my left arm so that my fingers are reaching to where the wall and the ceiling meet. I'm going to release and float my hand back down. I'm going to bring my right arm up and across. Lifting my left arm up to grab my right wrist, pulling in, leaving my ribs drawn together as if I'm wearing a corset, leaving my belly up and in, leaving my neck long and loose. Release. Float my right arm down. One more on each side. Float your left arm up, reaching across. Bring your right arm up, grab your left wrist. Give yourself a nice stretch. If you have shoulder issues, please feel free to not incorporate the pull. Just reach across towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. If you have shoulder issues again, stop right here. Enjoy the stretch. Otherwise, everyone else, reach up and give it a little pull. Come back down. Float your right arm back down. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a wonderful day.